This is camera test number 1. As you can hear, there is a congregation happening. There's a big old church near me. And they do this. Sometimes it's in Spanish, sometimes it's in English, sometimes they got a tent out there, so the Lord, He needs His day. So this is the sound test for this. I got everything connected. The microphone, the Comica microphone is wired in through its dongle. This is just with my basic room lighting. I don't have the lighting panel turned on, and it's not in IR mode. I have it set to 1080p 60 resolution, or a 60 per, which I find is normally pretty good for keeping up with motion. So we'll see if that works out good for this, or if I end up looking blurry, pixely, or like a VHS tape. People complained that this camera has problems with its lighting, that it'll look okay on the what's it called, on the display, but it won't look okay in the end. I also got this little IR flashlight that I'll be able to use. I want to test that out a little bit, see how good it is. I'll probably try and see if it does okay in mirror, if it interferes, if it's looking too, if the lens is, because if that means we can't cross the streams. So if I'm carrying one, they're carrying one, and we both look at each other, and suddenly our IR flashlights have blinded the camera, that's important to know. Alright, so that's good enough for a test. That was one. I'm going to make another one here in a second. Okay, it is sound test 2. I'm in the dark in my bathroom, as you may have noticed, so I'm checking out just the look of the onboard IR camera. So IR light. So it's got a little light. You see that little oval? That's the lens itself that it's just behind. So I'm guessing that just by looking at that if I do this, don't look fantastic. Okay. So even with a mirror it does this, so I'm assuming it's going to do this if me and him look at each other. Okay. What were they complaining about? What were these people mad about? This thing might even be too bright. Maybe it's just because I'm in a short enclosed space. I would use this one, but it's not dark out right now, so it's not quite effective. So, darkest portion of the room, that way, with flashlight. Is there gonna be a way to dim this sucker almost? Ooh, potent indeed. Okay. So again, this is with microphone attached. I'm going to be doing sound test 3 with no mic cord attached. That way I can at least differentiate between the times when I did have one and didn't have one. Okay. Okay. I'm back with sound test 3. This one is still in IR. I hadn't hit the button, but I was going to test what if I can do that in mid-recording. I can. That way I can turn that on. See what this looks like. Yeah. Doesn't look too bad. Alright. So that's sound test 3. This has no microphone connected. The camcorder shows in its display no microphone symbol, so it seems like it's a nice plug and play, at least in that. What else? how bad the glare is. That's probably the best without completely blinding whoever's on the other side of this. So, again, no microphone attached. I think I'm going to try something. Let's see if this works mid-stream or mid-recording. Yeah. Bam. And now the microphone is in during sound test 3. First portion, no. Last portion, yes. See how that works. The only things I've seen that people complained about so far about this camera that I agree with is that some of its buttons are so simple you might accidentally touch them if you're like in motion. Like if I gotta run, like, or something, because I'm keeping up and the dude I'm with is fit and I'm not, and I bump into something because I'm, chunky sausage hands. It happens. God, man, these people. They're just out there shouting it for the Lord. Man, one time, it's still sound test, but one time, they were out there during Easter practicing, and they were just whipping Jesus for the Lord. It was weird how much they practiced the Passion in multiple languages out there. So you'd hear them in English being like, "You suck, Lord," and then you'd hear them also in Spanish being like, "Cállate!" And you're like, "Oh, Jesus." It was a hard 4 weeks. Two times a week they were whipping Jesus outside, and it was weird. It was hard to record anything during that time. Like, I record for people's content discreetly, non-discreetly, whatever they need me to do. Like, I've done some private eye work where I'm just like sitting at a location taking pictures. It happens. But with this, it's going to be me just doing my thing. Same with him. And then from there, hopefully we synergize. Alright, sound test 3. That's as good as it gets. So here's sound test 4. Microphone is still in. This is also a video test because this is now in the 4K. Similar to my GoPro Hero 8, this thing does not actually have 4K. What it has is UHD 4K. It's like the very first version of 4K, but for what we're up to, it's probably all we need. And this camera's lens isn't half bad. It seems like everything's pretty good on it, on what we're going to need. For what we are up to, this might be the exact camera we needed. So, if you're doing ghost hunting, this might be the exact camera you're looking for. I'm going to be doing my best to string all these together, and as such, this portion may be downgraded from actual 4K footage, so to splice them into one video. I'll probably, if I'm posting everything, I'll probably post this one up as well, just as it is. Alright, even though I'm the most frumpy of us. But, like, he's the pretty, I'm the frump. That's what we do. Alright, I'm not quite full on 5 shirts, tactical Bannon yet. Like, I'm not there. It's not that cold for me to be wearing the 5 shirts. Alright? But I will admit, in my youth, I layered. Alright. That's that one. Oh, I hope this actually looks pretty good, because depending on how it looks is what we're going to use, or what I'm going to choose to use, because 1080 most of the time is acceptable for what you're doing. 4K is what most people want to see it in. Question is, what will it look like in IR between 4K and 1080? That's what the next one is. Okay? So, that was that one. Feel for it. Okay, and switching to IR mode. So now, you can probably see me. It might even be like a wash in IR light. But this is in the UHD 4K. I want to see if it gives a better, because that's the real question. Depending on which one of these is going to provide us a better we need to be able to see everything as detailed as you can when you're looking at the night vision to see if you're seeing what you think you're seeing. So I don't want it to look like VHS footage if we're trying to get detail out of it. Like, I don't want it to look like VHS footage at any point. That's why we're going to be using the GoPro for some of the vanity stuff and stuff like that. Now, if this looks just fine, I'll get him a camera set up so that when need be, but this is like a 2-button operation, man. You turn it on, you hit the back button, and it starts. That's all you need. Alright. Hopefully. I mean, this place, man. Hearing this? Alright, that's my roommate. Never mind. This place, I wouldn't be surprised if this apartment complex wasn't something happening, man. It's just real bad, man. You get all these noises, pipes that go at all times. It's probably just how trash this place is. But I would not be surprised with the amount of the items that are in this location are almost all very old historical or colonially acquired through like someone's grandma, or there's someone's ashes. There's straight up someone's ashes up in here, and like almost all of their belongings when they were like a serial hoarder. So I don't know. There's resentments attached to those things. I wouldn't be surprised. That's just me. Wouldn't be surprised if this place was haunted, if not by the owners, just by the fact that this place is so bad. They didn't move the bodies. Yeah, every time. Alright. We'll see how it comes out. Okay. I'm going to be stringing all of this together. I'm still in the dark in IR. Turn on a light. Turn off IR. Turn on IR. How does it look? Now, the one complaint so far, not really a complaint. I guess these are just observations, honestly. I haven't used this camera enough to have complaints. I'll be giving an update on the equipment after a period of time. Okay? So currently, you have it gives you no indication that it's recording from the front end. That's not necessarily a bad thing. It did claim that you could turn off the onboard IR light, and I do not believe you actually can, because I just went through the settings that claimed I could. It has Wi-Fi on it. I turned the Wi-Fi off. This is currently in its widest setting. I have not zoomed it in any. I can, because at least this thing has a button. I don't know which way what. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, that's that. Alright. So I'm going to be stringing all this together. Probably be cleanly shaved next time I'm seen. See you then.